Many years ago, I adopted 3 little girls, one sibling group and then just one who was not related to the other 2 girls. I recognized some behavioral concerns and having her evaluated from Luther Robinson, she was diagnosed with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder.
Prevention is learning skills and resources that are available to you to make different decisions.
So what prevention does is it provides that education, those life skills, those strategies to help someone make good choices and be healthy for the long run, things that you continue to practice.
I believe prevention is the solution.
So the early history of the Prevention Council actually starts with Marty Mann, and through her mission of spreading the word so that people could get help and understand addiction as a disease, she set up these councils, which back in the 1940s and 50s and even 60s were actually educational opportunity locations, like centers. And from that grew councils. And from that, you know, her talks in these educational settings, she worked with individuals at a grassroots level. And so it was being in the community and working with the communities in which you meaning the educational centers, working with individuals in your area to help them find the resources that were necessary to make referrals, again, to educate on the disease and help folks understand that, you know, you might be addicted, but there is help.
I'd say the pivotal point in my life was when I saw in my master's program that alcoholism and addiction is a genetic, it's a genetic thing. Like we were asked to do a family histogram where basically you see your family history, and my whole dad's side had a family history of addiction. Every single male on that side had some sort of addiction, whether it was to alcoholism or a substance. So then I have a brother and I have a sister and myself. My brother vowed never to drink. He saw that my father got better and he saw, you know, I'm not going to drink. And then the strange thing is I have 3 sons, my sister has 3 sons, and my brother has 2 sons. So it just kind of cemented, wow, we have all these boys. And I look at that histogram, or I remembered that histogram, which pushed me into the field, and I thought, we have work to do in our own family to make sure that we break the cycle of addiction.
So an IEP is an individual educational plan. It's specifically for children who may have developmental issues, may have educational disabilities. In this case, Leanne, she has a brain dysfunction where things don't always match up. She was very impulsive, and she just was not receiving the type of support that she probably should have been receiving. So I took all the information. They actually were very upset because they were looking to finish and probably move on to the next kid. And so we had to come back in 4 weeks. And that started the process of empowerment, because I absolutely felt, here I am, a black woman, sitting in a room with all white people who are talking around, through, and over me. And I felt dumb.
Having my own issues growing up and having people help me as a teenager has given me motivation to, has given me motivation to share what I've learned The council has given me the freedom to be creative, to bring myself, to bring my skills. I've learned so much from the people that I've worked with, countless parents and teenagers, the wisdom that they bring, and I think that constantly feeds me. It brings growth.
Working with Strength in the Family, I got my daughter, another one of my daughters coming out and stuff. Her and her baby comes, and it's a good program. I've seen people get jobs through here, housing. They help you just about with any and everything you needed. If you're struggling or anything like that, Strengthening Families is a good spot to try to help yourself as a young woman with family, or a woman and man family, and single men as well.
Well, I'm a gambler. That's the first thing. That's my addiction. My neighbor's granddaughter was coming from a retreat, and I said, "Girl, I want to hang with you," and she invited me. We've done all kinds of wonderful things that I love organizing stuff for me. I love the children. I love to see them bloom. I love to see how the women have grown, you know. So for me, this is a very important program.
A key moment of being at the Erie County Prevention Center for their leadership camp is being there for 2 years. I went in 2009. I was there for 2 years as a camper, and I was their first junior counselor to come out of the program. So that meant a lot, and I actually have a recommendation letter from Miss Robin, and she talked about my leadership skills and just how awesome she thought I was. And sometimes I still read that letter when I really need that push to keep going.
I think that the work that the Prevention Council is doing is important, because I know that there are other foster parents, adoptive parents, and just parents in general who recognize that they need help. It's a place where you can go without judgment and receive the assistance that you need. There's someone there who's willing to be honest with you, to provide you with resources, and they're open to anything and everything that you ask. You know, I think we live in a society where people are shamed for asking for help.
The Prevention Council offers one-on-one, face-to-face interventions with those indicated programs that really intervene at the right time to prevent someone from becoming addicted and needing treatment. So that's what I love, that range from, you know, the early universal to that selected and indicated programming. Such a wide range. I really can't think of another agency in the state, and New York State has the best prevention. I can't think of another program agency in the state that does what the Prevention Council has done and continues to do.